What stands Lagos, distinct from other places is that Lagos comes with its own peculiar energy. And it's that energy that we really want to show the world. The story of Lagos is more or less the story of the black race. Beyond the fact that Lagos is a cosmopolitan state right now, Lagos boasts of the real rich culture and heritage of Nigeria. Yet it's not as old as you have with other mega cities, but we just think that the brand Lagos is emerging in a way that the world has to take note of what is happening in Lagos.
How was your night? Hope you sleep fine.
Yes.
You sleep well.
Yes.
Are you very sure?
Yes.
The power and relevance of education to nation building cannot be overemphasized. The level of technological breakthrough witnessed especially in the developed world today is a direct product of education. Human capital development or advancement through good and qualitative education eventually translates into knowledge-based economy that can catapult any nation to the highest level of development. According to the National Literacy Survey data, analyzed on AnswersAfrica.com some months ago, Lagos State is climbing the ladder of cities that have the best education system in Africa. This is because Governor Ambode's administration is building on the foundations laid by previous administrations through continuous investment in education infrastructure and services. Since 2015, the administration has committed over 15 billion naira to expansion of education infrastructure, leading among others to the establishment of 6 new primary schools. These are Community Primary Schools Ibasa and Ajewanwa, both in Ojo, Oladele Alaka Primary School Ejigbo, Ijuajuwon Primary School Ifakoijaye, Oshosholu Primary School Ewuoloye, Erunwe in Ikorodu, and Correctional Home for Boys, Oregun, Ikeja. These bring the total number of primary schools in the state to 1,016.
His Excellency the Governor, Mr. Ambode, have a clear understanding of the essence, purpose, and advantage of education to human development and its effect on social, political, and economic well-being of the state. He has therefore, since assumption of office, emphasized quality and best practice in the education sector, and this has been the driving force behind the reform in this sector.
Determined to respond to increased demand for placement in secondary schools, the administration built 31 new classroom blocks in different parts of the state. It also established 5 new model schools and technical colleges. Some of these are at Awori College, Ojo, Angus Memorial High School, Shomolu, and Lagos City College in Sabo, Yaba. These have helped to ease the pressure on existing facilities and took public schools closer to the people in the communities where they are located. The classroom environment was improved with the renovation and rehabilitation of 96 classrooms blocks. 93 out of this figure have been completed, while work is still ongoing on 3. 18 public libraries were also renovated. Interestingly, these projects not just provide conducive teaching and learning environment for teachers and students in the state. Some of them were completed with complementary facilities such as offices, toilets, school halls, perimeter fencing and gatehouse for security, food shop, and fire alarm systems. Still on infrastructure, the administration in the last 4 years procured 8,440 dual desks and benches for students, 800 units of teachers' furniture, and about 200 furniture sets for principals. 20,000 damaged student furniture were again repaired. Similarly, 1,150 double bunk beds and 2,300 mattresses were supplied to 28 schools with boarding facilities. The vigor with which infrastructural development was pursued at the primary and secondary schools have been replicated at the tertiary level. At Michael Otedola College of Primary Education, the administration constructed 1,000 capacity information communication technology ICT laboratory, a hall, 8-room lecture theaters and offices for the arts and sciences, 50-bed guest houses, and 20-room office complex. At Lagos State University, LASU, Governor Akinwumi Ambode's administration completed and commissioned the Faculty of Science Complex, Faculty of Law Twin Lecture Theatre Complex, LASU Radio Station, and a modern multipurpose lecture hall. It rehabilitated all inner roads and lit up the campus for improved illumination at night. Work is currently ongoing on LASU Senate Building, Main Library, Staff Quarters, 6,000 capacity hostel residents through public-private partnership, PPP arrangement, and the rehabilitation of LASU Waterworks, or JO. The scope and functions of some departments and units in the institution were streamlined to eliminate overlapped functions. The administration approved a new law that provides for a single term of 5-year tenure for the office of the Vice Chancellor. The retirement age for academic staff and professional cadre have been extended to 70 years, while that of academic staff on the other cadres and non-academic staff is now 65 years. The monthly subvention to the universities were increased as government continues to do everything to make LASU the preferred university of excellence in research and human capacity building in Nigeria, Africa, and beyond.
Upon my assumption of office as the governor of Lagos State, I saw the urgent need to focus on Lagos State University and quickly bring the then lingering crisis in the university to a halt. Today, we can confidently say that good reasoning has prevailed and the crisis is forever behind us. After learning of the yearning of members of staff through their respective staff unions, I assented to the bill amending the Lagos State University law on the 5th of January 2016. With these amendments, academic staff of professional cadre can now retire at the age of 70, while academic staff of other cadres and non-academic staff will now retire at the age of 65. Students can now live on the campus. And we also said the Vice Chancellor shall henceforth hold office for a single term of 5 years. In the last few months, our government has increased the monthly subvention to the university, while also embarking on massive infrastructural development in the Ojo campus of the university. This includes the relaying of all the roads on the campus, the lighting of the campus. We're also working on the LASU Senate building, the main library, and the staff quarters, and the rehabilitation of the LASU waterworks. We believe strongly that by this time next year, we would have completed all these projects.
To boost the number of teachers in public primary and secondary schools, Lagos State government employed 3,400 teachers. These figures broken into 1,400 and 2,000 teachers for primary and secondary schools respectively. Government also ensured the continuous training for them. In year 2018 alone, over 11,491 teachers were trained. These efforts have improved student-teacher ratio as well as quality of teaching and learning in the schools. In continuation of the tradition of free education and payment for terminal examinations of senior students in public schools, Ambode's administration, since year 2016, has paid over 1.5 billion naira as West African School Certificate Examinations WAEC fees. These cover over 130,000 senior secondary school 3 students. Lagos State Government is also rated by West African Examinations Council WAEC as the best in prompt payment of examination fees for its candidates.
His Excellency the Governor, in the course of the year, has to approve the payment of WAEC fee for students. About 44,005 of these students were paid for, and we must again appreciate the fact that before that we held the mock examination, which was a relief to the payment. We have moved from the era of just paying all of them in necessary students WAEC fee. It is now an era for them to go through a mock examination that will guarantee that they pass mathematics and English for them to qualify for government to now pay for their WAEC fee. We had the common entrance as well in the year under review. 4,075 successful candidates were qualified to cut-off mark of 65% and above, and were placed in GSS1 and model colleges, of course, also the upgraded school.
To deepen the quality of education and build the capacity of students and graduates in the state, Governor Ambode's administration introduced special programs to equip them for the future. The Code Lagos initiative is designed to make coding education available to Lagosians and prepare them to meet new workforce demands, harness the benefits of technology, and communicate in the language of the future. This will enable an economy in which technology is leveraged to enhance the lives and promote the livelihoods of residents. The initiative was launched in 2017 with a handful of coding centers in both government and private schools in the state. Today, coding centers have been set up in 648 primary school and secondary schools across the state. Also, over 31,000 residents have so far been trained. The mission is to position Lagos as the foremost technology frontier in Africa. In response to the concerns from corporate Nigeria regarding the work readiness of graduates, the Ready Set Work program was also launched in 2016. With this initiative, aimed at ensuring that every student who graduated from tertiary institution in the state have the skills, knowledge, and mindset required to function effectively at workplaces. Over 37,500 students have graduated from the internship program and are making impact in their respective spheres. Also, those with best business ideas at the end of the program were linked with major investors and the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. To encourage reading among students, Adopt a Library initiative was introduced to encourage private sector to support the government in renovating and equipping public libraries in the state. The idea has a tripod pillar comprising access to knowledge, Project 350, a private sector-driven initiative to build libraries and ICT centers in secondary schools, including the creation of an online library which will serve as an education portal and a repository of knowledge in the state. In line with the global best practices, Lagos State has employed technology to improve teaching and learning. Thus, it has acquired adaptable digital learning tools to enhance the way students learn, work, and create. Computers and digital interactive boards are used in classrooms as medium of instruction for demonstration purposes and for enhanced teaching and learning. Government also introduced e-curriculum for public schools.
Based on our experiences over the years, as well as expectations and focus for the future, the time has come for us to examine the policy again in order to holistically address all issues of concern relating to contemporary requirements. There are other fragment policies that are in operation today which should also be integrated in the state education policy. Meanwhile, some of the progress being made in the education sector are partly a result of faithful implementation of existing policies and orientation, disposition, and tenacity of managers of education at the period being considered. However, despite the continuous improvement in performance, it is imperative that our education policy must constantly be reviewed in order to make it compliant with global education practices. In reviewing the policy, it is expected that adequate attention will be paid to science, technology, entrepreneurial skills development, and ICT. Therefore, a task at this retreat is to produce from the existing education policy, which is manual-driven, to evolve a modern education policy that is technological-driven, taking along with it the concept of e-education, e-classroom, e-library, and the rest of e-governance and the rest of it like that. If Lagos State is to continue to play its trailblazing role in Nigeria and project to be same for Africa, we must operate with an education policy that has all the ingredients capable of propelling our young ones towards this inescapable reality. If our smart city project is to effectively take off and be sustained, we must produce smart children and indeed smart population through smart education, predicated upon smart education policy.
Through a Konkeko program of Lagos State Agency for Mass Education, government increased the number of adult literacy centers across the state from 532 in 2016 to 1,000 in 2018. Adult literacy enrollment also increased from 250 to 798, with a total of 20,488 adults already made literate. While government is making great efforts in improving the quality of education in public schools, it is also ensuring same in private schools through the Office of Education Quality Assurance, which carried out quality assurance evaluation in 636 primary and secondary schools in the state. Lagos State is also working with notable quality education support institutions such as the Department for International Development, DFID, Education Sector Support Program in Nigeria, ESPIN, and Developing Effective Private Education in Nigeria, DEPEN, to advance teaching and learning. The impact of intervention in the education sector is showing off through improvements in academic performance of students of public schools, as well as in their participation in competitions organized locally and internationally. These programs include the Spelling Bee competition, which produced the one-day Governor and Lagos State Schools debate competition, hosted by Lagos State government, with a cash gift of 2,500,000 naira to the winner.
And let's come to the bottom of that. That is what makes the man of our 5% like our people from this country. According to
Lagos State students participated at the 2016 robotics competition and qualified to represent Nigeria at the World Robotics Olympiad in New Delhi, India. The state's representatives emerged as overall best team at 2016 National Festival of Science competition at Ado-Ekiti. Also, students from the state participated and came first, second, and fourth position at the 2016 International Science Exhibition Fair. The winner represented Nigeria in the United States of America in May of the same year. In 2017, Lagos emerged as second overall best state at the National Junior Engineers, Technicians and Scientists JETS competition for producing a solar-powered water sprinkler. In appreciation of the immense contribution by stakeholders to development of education in the state, government organized the Education Merit Award annually to honor outstanding individuals in the sector. More than 100 different awards with cash and gifts were given out to winners in different categories. The star prize of brand new cars went to the best teachers in both the primary and secondary schools categories. The achievements of Governor Akinwumi Ambode's administration in the education sector attest to its firm belief that education is the most powerful weapon for changing the world, as change is the end result of all true learning. While making education accessible to everyone, the administration has, in each of its program and policy on education, enhanced learning and improved capacity and performance outcomes. Gradually but consistently, Lagos State government is striving towards bringing the education sector to the level of global best practices, where access, quality, and standard are the watchword. This is being done by building standard classroom blocks with complementary facilities, reducing the number of students per class, teacher-student ratio, and increasing budgetary allocation to the sector. With these, it has been able to ensure quality and standard, while promoting appropriate teaching methods, availability of learning resources, and instructional materials that stimulate learning experience and excellence performance.